How's it going, everybody? It's Sean here, and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the New Balance 990 V2 in the 9X series gray colorway. So this pair is my latest New Balance pickup. And while there's absolutely zero hype surrounding this shoe, this was not a collab, this was not heavily advertised or anything like that. I just thought it was a really dope shoe. So I couldn't find too much information about this sneaker. I googled the product code, which is M990N2, and according to some sites, it's part of the 9X series pack, but beyond that, there wasn't too much information. I don't know what this pack consists of, I don't know what it's about, but I do know the colorway of this shoe is simply gray, and it retails for $200 US or $260 here in Canada. So taking a deep dive, the upper of this sneaker is constructed out of a combination of pigskin suede, leather, and mesh. As we start things off with the toe box, here we have this herringbone shaped mesh, which is done in this gray color. In real life, this gray has a tint of beige or tan, and it's a bit more of a warmer shade of gray. Overlaid on top of the toe box, we have hits of leather, as well as reflective 3M in silver. And then wrapping around the front toe box, here we have a very premium pigskin suede. This suede pretty much covers the entirety of the midfoot as well. And then in the middle, we have the New Balance N logo, which is done in that reflective 3M once again. Moving further down, we can see a bit of those mesh hits at the very top, and then the back heel is pretty much entirely covered in suede, except for the middle, which has this cutout revealing the 3M underneath, along with USA embroidered in the center. At the very bottom of the back heel, we have this dark gray colored TPU heel clip, which gives you added structure and support for the back end of the sneaker. For the laces, these come with only one pair of laces, and they're a flat style white lace. Underneath this, we have the tongue, which is constructed out of mesh at the bottom and leather at the top. And we have 990, New Balance, and Made in USA branding embroidered in gray. Taking out the insoles, these come with a white colored insole, and we have your standard New Balance branding stamped on the heel in black. The upper of this shoe sits atop a very chunky Absorb foam midsole. Absorb is one of New Balance's proprietary technologies, and you can see that branding on the forefoot right here. The forefoot foam is left white, however on the back heel, it gets much chunkier back here, and we have this almost sculpted flowing look to it. This back end is done in this very light gray, almost tan colored finish. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your outsole. So for this pair, it's done primarily in black colored rubber. We have this dark blue rubber at the top of the shoe, along with Absorb branding. And then in the middle, we have this New Balance N logo, along with the New Balance word mark finished off at the back heel. For those wondering how these fit, I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and for the New Balance 990 V2, I personally stick true to size. Because of the way the shoe is done, it's quite narrow at the toe box, and because I have wider feet, I prefer sticking true to size. However, I know a ton of people that personally go down a half size for their 990 V2s, so it really depends on how you like your shoe to fit and the shape of your foot. So for example, if you really like a snug fit, or if you always go a half size down for all your New Balances, then I would recommend going a half size down for this one as well. However, if you do have wider feet and if you don't mind a little bit extra room, then I think true to size would work for you. For me, this shoe is perfect from a width perspective, and there's just about a thumb's width between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe, and that's space that I personally can live with. Next up, in terms of comfort, so the New Balance 990 V2 feels pretty much average in terms of New Balance. However, stacking this shoe compared to other brands, I gotta say this is a pretty comfortable shoe for just everyday use. By implementing the Absorb foam, you can feel quite a bit of the cushioning, especially underneath the forefoot, and while the heel isn't really soft, you do feel some of that bounce back underneath your heels. So all in all, it's not a shoe you can compare to, for example, an Ultra Boost or a Flyknit Epic React, but considering this is a retro model of a very old school sneaker, I gotta say these are pretty good. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, as far as a New Balance Made in USA sneaker, this is pretty much run of the mill. I guess I've been getting a bit spoiled with all my New Balance pickups, but if you aren't familiar with New Balance Made in USA quality, do yourself a favor, pick up a pair, and compare it to your standard Nike or Adidas, and let me tell you, it's night and day. There's a reason why the price on New Balances is typically higher than usual, and for the most part, it's justified by the quality of the materials and the craftsmanship. With all that being said, now let's lace up these New Balance 990 V2s, and I'll show you guys how this pair looks on feet. All in all, this is a no fuss, no hype sort of sneaker. New Balance and gray kind of go together perfectly, and I'm a fan of the 990 V2 silhouette, so I decided why not, and then I picked this pair up. This is one of those shoes I really don't have to worry too much about. I can just leave at the door and throw on if I have to run errands or something like that. And to me, I like the 990 V2 silhouette because I feel like it's a bit more streamlined and a bit more flowy compared to your typical New Balances that sometimes are a bit angular. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this gray New Balance 990 V2. How do you guys feel about New Balance in general? And do you think the attention and the hype they've been getting this year is sustainable, or are people gonna drop off the bandwagon sooner rather than later? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at esco8. Check out my Twitter account at sean.go and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.